Hello and welcome to another video from Minus Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we are looking at something very old and super rare. We are looking at the 1962 release by Allen Industries from their series of Magnetic Adventure games. And this particular one we are looking at today is from Gerry Anderson's Supercar, which was one of the earliest television series that Gerry Anderson produced. And this particular Magnetic Adventure game is based on that particular television series. Okay, so this is a box that it comes in. And you see it says Supercar at the top. It's got Magnetic Adventures, and there you can see an image of Supercar flying through space or flying through the air. You've got an image of Mike Mercury, who was the pilot of Supercar, and it says, "I've included my top secret logbook." And you can see Professor Popkiss on the right hand side. I can't quite make out what he said there because there is a tear to the box. And it's magnets on a metal board. And there you've got the young boy, one of the villains, and the monkey on the front there. Okay, so that is the front of the box. Now, most of these boxes in the 1960s, yeah, there was nothing printed on the back. They were very plain. Now, on the side of the box, let's just zoom out a little bit. It says Supercar Magnetic Adventures, and you've got an image of Mike Mercury flying the Supercar. On the end of the box, okay, let's move out a little bit. And it says Supercar Magnetic Adventures, designed and manufactured by Allen Industries, Farnham Common, Buckinghamshire, England. On the other side, again, Supercar Magnetic Adventures. And on the other end, again, Supercar Magnetic Adventures, Supercar 1962 AP Films Limited and ATV Day Limited, Allen Industries Limited, Farnham Common, Bucks, England. Okay, that is the box. Let's open the box up and have a look at the contents on the inside. Okay, so I've opened the box and this is what we got. So we've got this metal board at the back, which has a blue and green background. So I presume that's supposed to be the sky and that's supposed to be the grass, or maybe it's supposed to be water. I don't know. You've got the dashboard of Supercar here, which shows you the boost rockets, the vert and the horizontal, vertical and horizontal angles, off and on switch, receive and transmit, bearing, range, clear view, TV monitor. You've got the contrast and the intensity there, altitude here, airspeed, and the average gas, the oxygen, and the temperature, depth, and fuel. So that is the dashboard, and of course on the top of there is top secret logbook of Mike Mercury. And if we open the logbook up, let's just pull that forward a second. It says, narrow escape and captive rebels. Supercar on patrol sees rebel attempt to blow up lab. Mike drops vertical, causing air blast that stuns rebels. Mike leaps to dynamite and hurls it in blast-proof pit. Alarm sirens alerts Professor Popkins, Dr. Beaker, and Jimmy, who rush out to help Mike capture staggering rebels. So there's quite a few of these, which are printed on both sides, and they're all about the top secret missions of Mike Mercury. Now the object, I suppose, is to recreate the missions on the board. So you've got all these characters. You can just see down on the, let's just move that forward a little bit. You can see down there, you can see you've got all the characters, you've got the ships and vehicles, and you've got the weapons or the explosions and what have you in the M1. So let's pull out Supercar, and there's, oops, there is Mike Mercury. Let me just angle that somewhat better. Incidentally, all these have got magnets on the back. There's tiny little magnets on the back of the card, and there we go. So he's angling down, Mike Mercury there, and he's going down to get to the villains, and there's a villain there, and he's walking on the grass. And there's Mike Mercury, I think, chasing after him. Is that Mike Mercury? I'm not sure, actually. No, I don't think that's Mike Mercury. That appears to be another villain, and there's Mike Mercury coming in the other direction. There's also an aeroplane up there, and There's a car which is zooming down the bottom there, and there's the dynamite that Mike's got in his hand there, and there's a big explosion over there, and there's a blast from Supercar down there. So this is the type of thing you do. So you make up your own stories as you go along, and you've got all the characters. There's the villains, there's the professor, and there's young Jimmy, and there's Jimmy's pet monkey. So they're all on there, and there's others as well. There's a diver there diving underwater. There's other vehicles. So you've got a car, you've got the air balloon, there's another supercar in there, and there's a big villain there, and you've got the cloud and so on. So you just make up your own adventure as you go along. And obviously the adventures are limitless, because you can do as much as you want or as little as you want. You can have as many characters or as little as you want on the screen. You could make your own image, take a picture of it, do another one, and do it as a cartoon flick or something like that. So yeah, the obviously the options are limitless to what you can do with this. And it was a massive thing back in the 60s. There wasn't any video recorders or DVD players or internet streaming in the 60s. If you didn't see your TV show when it aired, well, chances were you missed it. Or you had to wait for a rerun, and sometimes those reruns didn't happen. Sometimes they took years to be rerun. So yeah, so trying to keep the television series fresh in your mind, merchandise like these were released. There wasn't a great deal of merchandise released for Supercar, to be fair. There was some activity books and annuals and colouring books and so on. There was a couple of little models that was produced as well. There was a plastic model by TV21. There was a die cast released by Budgie. So there was a few things, but not a great deal. I can't remember there being any action figures or anything like that. Just literally the plastic Supercar and the Budgie die cast one was released, but I think that was it. So not much, but the good thing about something like this was that you could create your own adventures, keep playing with it while your TV show was off air. Now, Supercar was probably one of the most successful shows of Gerry Anderson. I think it was his first one that he produced in science fiction. And there was, I think, 2 seasons. Yeah, there was 2 seasons of this one produced. 39 episodes in all. And I think the episodes were about 22 minutes long. Yeah, I think the first season aired, when was the first season? I think it was 1960, and the final season and the final episodes were aired in 1962, Jan 1962. Incidentally, there was a £2,000 per episode budget, which was quite a lot of money back in the 1960s per episode. So yeah, it was a good sized budget for a children's television show made with puppets. So there we go. Now, how well did these do back in the day? Well, yeah, they done pretty well. This whole range, in actual fact, the whole of the Magnetic Adventures range was quite a big toy back in the 60s. It was competing with the likes of Fuzzy Felt, which was similar, but Fuzzy Felt was like a felt board, and you had felt characters that you would just do the same thing, create your own pictures with. Whereas this one was more like cartoon characters of the television series, and they were on card and with magnets on the back to stick to the magnetic board. So yeah, but they done very, very well. It was a big popular line, very well received, and sold tremendously well. Obviously, once television moved on and things became, or technology moved on, I should say, these games unfortunately become a thing of the past. But of course, now we're talking 1962. We're talking 62 years ago when this was produced. Technology has moved on. Different kinds of things available now. These items are just so difficult to find in any condition. 62 years on, and this one is in fantastic condition really for the age. I hope I'm that good when I'm 62, which is not that far off actually, but there we are. That's another story. But yeah, so very difficult to find nowadays in a complete and very good condition. Don't get me wrong, they do pop up from time to time. There's usually items missing. A lot of the time the logbook and the dashboard is missing. Sometimes it's just the dashboard that's missing, and sometimes there's the characters or the boards that are missing. So that's when they pop up from time to time. They don't come up that often, to be fair. They are very few and far between. So finding them is very difficult indeed. But as usual, we at Minus Touch have managed to find one or two, and they're currently available to purchase on the Minus Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Gerry Anderson items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that you won't want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again soon.